In this video, we're going to dive right into enums. Now, enums are incredible because they allow you to create readable selections that are based off of integer values. And you can use them in an English format when you're writing code. So let's take a look at a quick example. Imagine you were creating a difficulty selector. So let's create a new C# script and let's say select difficulty. All right, so you have a select difficulty script and we're going to attach that to our main camera. On this select difficulty, let's say that you have 3 difficulty levels for your game. You have easy, normal, and hard, right? Well, the traditional way that we could do that is we could have 3 independent variables that are just public int, easy, medium, and hard, and we can select them that way. Alternatively, though, what we could do is we could use logic to let a designer or let the program or let you as a game developer basically choose a drop-down item and select it that way. So let's take a look at that. So here we are in Visual Studio, and what we're going to do is we're going to create how we would traditionally do it. The way we would traditionally do it is we would say public int easy, and then we would have public int, let's say, normal, and public int hard. From there, you would have another variable of type int that says current selected level, right? And then we could print off and manipulate that information. Well, with enums, we can put this in a readable English format. So to declare an enum, we use the keyword enum, and we can make it public. So we say public enum, and then we give it a name, typically in Pascal casing. So let's call this level selector. And what we can do now is I can actually, in English, name them. I can say here, easy, followed by a comma, normal, followed by a comma, and then every object or every item sequentially is going to have a comma. So here we can have hard and expert and whatever else I want. When you're finished though, it's important that the last one does not have a comma. Otherwise, I believe it will not compile. So here we have easy, normal, hard, and expert. Let's just create 4. All right. And what this is essentially doing is this here, this easy one is assigned to 0. This one is assigned to 1. This is 2, and this is 3. Internally, that's how the program is reading it. Now, alternatively, if you were creating something complex, you can actually assign these manually. I could say easy equals 0. I could say normal equals like 56 for some reason if there's something special in your program. I could say hard equals 42 and expert equals 23. And you would use this internally within your programs. If you were casting it to an int, it would give you this value. So for us, though, it doesn't make sense to associate it that way, but it's just to show you that in an advanced case, you could do that. So here we have basically easy, normal, hard, and expert. And we saw here that when we did it the traditional way, we had a variable that holds the current selected option. Well, just like this, we have a current selected option. Now, an enum on its own does nothing. So here we have enum level selector. If we let Unity compile and go back to the main camera, nothing is on here. And you'll see here that what we need to do is make use of it. So we're going to create a variable now of type level selector, which is what we called our enum. So here I'm going to say public level selector, and let's go ahead and say current level. Let's save this and now hop back into Unity. And what you're going to see here is we have a beautiful drop-down selection of current levels. I can choose easy, normal, hard, or expert, and it's a drop-down list, and you can associate this with your UI and however you want to make something easy and readable for your designers. So let's take a look at how we print off what we're working with. So public level selector current level, and this is where we now need to work with a switch statement. I want to know which level you have selected. So I can use a switch statement. I can also check, and I can use an if statement, but I'm going to be checking 4 different times. So I could say here, if current level, and I need to compare it to something. I can say if current level equals level selector dot easy. I can literally have English readable code. If current level equals level selector dot easy, then I'm going to say debug.log use selected easy. Alternatively, and a more optimal and efficient way to do this is through a switch statement. So I would say switch, and I would switch through the options of current level. Once I've done that, I can hop in here, and I can say something like case level selector dot easy, and we would have cases for each one. And so I would do break. And then here we would have case level selector. It would be case level selector dot normal followed by a break. And you would do the logic based on whatever it is you're working on. So this is how we can declare them and work with enums. It's a very amazing way to work, and it's very productive. Here you would add your code for your debug.log. You selected easy, debug.log you selected normal, and you would load the appropriate settings based on that enum value. So this is how we declare enums and work with them at a high level overview. Now let's get to some challenges and some other practical examples.